watching us from. I am Aisha Shetima, and this is Trends with LJE. And on this table, as you know, we analyze, dissect, bring to you interesting topics. And today I have with me Miss Grace, Miss Rejoice, and Mr. Malakai in the studios. Lovely having great people today. Rejoice, we trust you to fill us in with beautiful, interesting topics.
Oh, okay. So I have really interesting topics for us today. But first on the list is the rise in rice. The rise in rice. Why I even teamed that topic is because apparently news has it that local rice has gone up by 137% in the past 1 year.
And when we say local rice, we mean rice that is being sourced, grown in our country.
Exactly.
Here. And it is now, they really mean that.
Stone rice, Abby.
It's not stone rice.
We have actually very beautiful local rice.
Exactly. Yeah, it's local rice.
I don't think it's stone Abby that now.
No, you see,
like the rice she's talking about is like a free stone rice.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, no stone, nothing.
Now pick this to pick up.
Okay.
We have machines that pick those stones. Even the foreign rice you're eating, JB did not pick it.
No, but to be sincere, whatever farm produce that
it has to
be picked.
Yeah, it's always being filtered, and prepared for general consumption.
But Aisha, my concern now is we're in the festive period. I know in Nigeria, rice is a big deal. Imagine buying a bag of rice at 140,000 in a country where the cost of income, in fact, the minimum wage is not even up to 100,000. What's the way forward?
And I can categorically state that I got rice about a week ago for 120,000 naira, 50 kg bag of rice.
As of yesterday.
That is to say, and as of yesterday,
it was 140,000.
That means it is increasing by the day. Wow. And let's just state that this is not only affecting rice. So no, this is affecting all other food
everything.
Everything in the market is inflated, because I remember as at yesterday, a basket of tomato is going for about 50,000 naira also. So if we're talking about the festive season, like I usually say, guys, no pressure. I don't think at this point we should pressurize ourselves with we must cook chicken, we must eat rice.
Talking about chicken, Aisha, one chicken. Chicken we used to buy 25, 35 that year. One chicken is 25,000, and it also depends on the size of the chicken.
Back in then, just about a few years ago.
In fact, early this year,
chicken was
price of chicken is 3.5.
Yes,
and the most annoying part is that many families, they are spending a larger income on food alone. Even me, I can't even afford rice. As I'm sitting here like this, I can't afford rice, a bag of rice right now. I can't. So it's not making sense at all. It's not just making sense.
It's a really bad time.
Even if we decide to go to eating gari, we used to buy gari how much? One mudu of gari used to be like 500. Now a mudu of gari is 1,300.
There is inflation in all corners. Everything is on the high side. Like I usually say, no pressure. Do what you can do and leave the rest, because people will then push themselves to commit criminal activities because they want to feed their families, because they want to meet up to expectation and standards.
Putting unnecessary pressures on themselves.
They should not meet up to anything. What you can do. What you cannot do, please.
So Aisha, you saying this now? You're now saying that we should use crayfish to cook? Because even if you say you want to buy fish also is very expensive in the market right now. So you can't say we should.
How much is the cup of crayfish?
No. The thing is that without rice, doesn't mean that people cannot live anymore.
Rice is one food I know in Nigeria that you will cook without meat. It's a very basic food. If you want to excuse me, sir, if you want to cook soup, remember, so many people are going back to the village this Christmas. If I cook a pot of rice, 20 people can eat from that pot of rice. If I'm cooking soup, how many people can actually dish from that pot of soup?
Like, okay, Mr. Malaka, you said you are married, right? And you have kids. Yeah. So if you agree with me, your kids, they'll like eating rice every day. Almost times, rice especially. So you won't say your kids will prefer swallow to rice. I don't know if you get me.
Okay, like now, it's what our society has become.
Okay.
Like for my kids, they prefer eating rice.
Exactly.
Than any other thing. Like in the space of 3 months, I bought 2 half bag of rice. I said I will not buy one full one. Yeah, I said I will not buy one full one. I'll buy half. If you finish, you finish. You know, one thing.
And then you still ended up going to buy another half.
Yeah, even if. But one thing I see there is that less of farmers who are into rice farming. That is what I think is the major problem.
No.
Why?
I don't think
we don't have
less
enough
of farmers, because we remember how the flood
Exactly. Yes, affected
the production of
I'm
food.
coming there. So that's the reason why I say less of farmers, they farm on rice. Now, why is it that it's only the north that farm on rice? Why?
We're not saying
No, I'm just saying that the south, they have lands. They are still farmers. They have yams and all of this. So why don't everyone all around the country, from east, west, north, and south, you're farming, start planting rice?
But you know that even farming rice, you need a swampy area. It depends on the area as well.
Which every locality has.
Rice is not like corn, no, that you just throw on the ground and it will grow. It's not. So I get your point, but let's be honest, right?
So
rice
what's
is not like
the
corn.
cost of the hiking?
If you ask me, who I go ask?
Or are we going to say it's because of the flooding stuff that is reducing agricultural yields?
Why do we always put blame on something? We don't always like taking responsibility. We are the problem. We don't always like taking responsibility. This one will say na black will say na white will say na yellow. For me, I think everybody should really think what's the major problem. This rice of a thing, who is bringing the rice into Nigeria?
We're not talking about this rice, not imported rice. So
no, I'm telling you now, the imported rice is the cost of why our local rice is on the high price.
But Tinubu has stopped importation of rice.
But they are still importing rice.
Oh my God! Do you know how many containers that pass through the sea every day? When Navy they collect money.
Navy's collecting money.
Navy collect money, custom will collect money. What are you saying?
For bag of rice. Foreign
what are you
rice.
saying? Now, before containers can be cleared, and the goods should be
of custom, then season most of this
foreign rice and
madam, they go seize one. Take do example, maybe that one not set away.
Because there's a time
that one there is hundreds that you don't know about.
Wow.
They collect money for 100.
Malaka, you seem to be very certain.
I know. You seem to have like.
How sure are you? Have you worked with the Navy or you've worked with custom? Because how certain are you that this is what they are doing? Because they have asked us to grow our food and consume our local food.
Let anybody come and challenge me. So where have you
seen them?
Yeah, I have proofs.
Well,
you have proof. Oh wow.
But there's a time customs they are selling rice now that you go to their office, they will sell rice to you at a lower.
Actually, Aisha,
imported rice.
I think it's imported rice. I don't know. So I don't know if it's the one that they seize or maybe I don't know.
But I think early last month,
every goods in Nigeria is sold back to Nigerians.
So why seize them in the first place if it's being sold back to Nigerians?
For television. Let me see.
For media.
For media.
That television.
But Aisha, I have a question.
Use it for publicity.
Aisha, I have a question, right? Remember the federal government said rice should go down to 70,000 naira. What's up with that one? Because I remember that there was a time that people were asked to come with 70K.
Okay.
I mean, was it 45,000? I can't really remember.
I think it's 45.
45,000 for a bag of rice. So I don't even know what happened to that, because I remember there was a time they were asking people to go to their offices with like NIN to collect. Is it just for civil servants?
In all of this, the most painful thing is we are not even, if you're looking at what, a Nigerian makes, a 9-to-5 worker makes in this country. We're talking about a 70,000 naira minimum wage.
Exactly. That's not even implemented in all the states.
So
for those working in government sector.
those working in government sector.
So how many percent are
business
working in
entrepreneurs? Some are working in private sectors that you can wake up one morning and lose your job. Yes. Especially private sectors that your job is not even stable. So I mean, with all of this, we wake up to an inflated produce of foodstuffs every single day. If you buy something 100 naira today, you wake up tomorrow, it's 110 naira. Next tomorrow, and I just feel it's terrible and it's really sad because I would expect that the government at this point would be like, it's enough. Let's even come back. You know, at what point would they say this is enough for this?
It's like you're not talking for the poor people.
Are getting.
You're not speaking for the poor people.
Oh, I am speaking.
No.
Because okay,
let's understand. What am I speaking for?
No, you're not speaking for the poor people.
Okay.
You're speaking for the middle class.
Oh, wow.
These are the civil servants. They are the middle class because why you get what you put a month and say you receive salary. You're going to get something.
No, I have actually stated that.
No. Why I'm saying it, yeah, because you're talking about minimum wage. You're not concerned poor man. Wheelbarrow pusher.
And they have like
the
5
water
kids.
seller. The banana seller. It gets more than 5 kids.
Yeah.
And they stay for only one room. They're just there. That
is why they rely on this rice to feed their families. Because if you cook,
those people can live without even rice. That's what I'm trying to let you know. Those persons can live without rice. Okay, let me tell you one thing now. Like my kind of person.
They farm sweet potatoes, yam,
it's not about. It's not about money. If you like, you put me. If you like, you put me inside money. I cannot eat rice throughout 1 week. No, I can only eat rice. Maybe I eat rice now. If I eat rice in the morning, I will not eat rice in the afternoon. No. I will not. But I can eat swallow throughout 1 year.
It's the same way you can eat swallow.
Rice.
Malaka. It's the same way you can eat
Christmas
swallow.
now, if my wife cook rice, give me. No problem.
That is you.
Another family feel that it is rice.
No, our problem. We won't always be like Oyibo.
I bet to differ.
Okay, Malaka, let me say something. So are you now trying to say that the price of rice is okay by you?
These are local.
So are you trying to say that the price of rice is okay by you?
No,
you saying this?
No. I'm saying that the value we place on things make the producers to put more prices on those things.
Because even if you are saying pounded yam is very expensive
it's too
now.
much value.
How much is
yam is very expensive.
Even
pepper is expensive. So
can we look at it in another like could it be the cost of production? Could it be, cost of fertilizers? Could this be more than what we are? We are just focusing on the government. What exactly is the problem? What exactly is the root of this problem?
You see, I keep saying this, right? I say that Nigerians depended on crude oil for way too long. Some people don't concern petrol. They will say it's petrol.
How does that affect production of rice now?
That's the thing. If you go to the market, like yesterday, I went to buy a basket of onions. Right? In mid-November, I got a basket of onions at 8.5. I think at most 9,000 was how much a basket was going for. It's not even up to 15 days. A basket of onions is now 14.5. And I asked him,
this one where you buy baskets of onions, you get a restaurant.
No, I like to buy food in bulk.
Okay.
Because it saves me from daily increment of prices. Do you understand? So if I'm buying a bag of rice now, I know that I won't buy rice another 4, 5, 6 months.
And what did they tell you was the cost of this rice?
Petrol.
But they did not lie.
Petrol.
They have not lied, Rejoice.
So I'm like, okay.
No, the reason I'm telling you they have not lied is because the cost of transporting these things. Have you traveled recently
out of Abuja?
By via road? Yes, the transportation is not the same
It's not the same.
It's not the same. And these people are moving things in bulk. Now, let me also remind you that anything can happen to this produce while they are being transported.
Yeah,
exactly.
So they also sometimes inquire
damages and lost. Yeah.
And lost
can I
of this production. So they have not even lied when it comes to.
I'm not saying they have lied.
But
I'm talking about
the fall that costs.
You see, a state like Jos that has tomato, right? They farm tomato. A basket of tomato is still very expensive in Jos. Same as a basket of potato. If you ask those farmers, fuel, can't you see that the cost of oil has increased? Or they'll tell you something very silly like dollar rate.
This is why I still came back. You see, you're still bringing me back to my question that I said, could this be cost of production? Is there something we are missing? It could be the way they move their equipment or materials to the farms. Do you understand? Or how they move this, transport all these things they get from the farm out to the local market and transport to other states.
And I also
the process of planting.
And I also think it's currency devaluation or something, because today you see dollar is high, tomorrow
dollar has gone down.
So I don't.
That is also a point.
But so what can
market woman they use dollar? I don't understand.
What can the government
Dollar affects
do?
everything.
Dollar affects everything. What can the government do to make sure that the cost of living is conducive for its citizens? I think that's where we should round up.
Draw the line here, because we should now go back to the root of this issue. What is actually making this produce inflated? How do we help these people in making sure that this is affordable for the common man to eat? How do we make sure that this is affordable for everybody? Yeah. Well, I really hope that this is being looked into, and I hope this is being looked into fast. We will be going on a short break. Please stay with us.
Ready for change? Join LJE Nigeria, an innovative organization driven by change, growth, and economic advancement. For membership details and registration, visit our website ljenigeria.org or follow us on all social media platforms.
Welcome back, guys. Before we went on that short break, we were talking about the rise in the farm produce, especially on the bag of rice. Now, Rejoice, fill us in on the next topic.
Aisha, this next topic, I think parents need to, it's triggering. Oh. So let me just read this. An SSU student of Beautiful Beginning Academy in Abuja.
Okay.
His name is Imtiaz, right? So he was chained and bullied by some SS3 students in the hostel.
What do you mean chained?
Chained, like
dog chain?
Dog chain. And he was bullied. Like, where are we going to as a country? This was the same case we had with the Dowen School. Is it Dowen Academy?
Yeah.
That Sylvester died. This is an SS2 student. How do we curb this bullying thing?
He was chained by his fellow students or by a teacher.
By SS3 students in the hostel.
In the hostel.
Yes, and he was beaten.
Video coverage.
There's a video of it.
I mean, and what is the follow-up story? What has happened to the students? What is the
They are refusing to put the names out of the students involved. So for me, I'm really appalled. I'm really angry, because if this was my younger brother...
And this school is in Abuja. What area in Abuja?
What is the name of this school again?
The name of the school is Beautiful Beginning Academy.
Beautiful Beginning.
Yes.
Well, is there no map there, no address?
It's obvious. There's no obvious beautiful beginning.
There's no obvious beautiful beginning. So my question now is to school owners, proprietors, and proprietresses.
I think sincerely, I think parents are joking. No, I think parents are joking, because I see no reason why you will nurture a child. A mother will carry her child for 9 months, will nurture this child to a certain age, 10, 11, 12, will put them in boarding schools. As a matter of fact, I think boarding schools
should be closed down. I feel like they should be closed.
Why can't you harbor your child at home? What are you sending the child to go and learn in a boarding house that child cannot learn at home? I don't know what that child is learning outside though. As a matter of fact, charity begins from home. Charity begins from home. So your child should learn everything at home and take it out there. There is nothing boarding school. We have cases, repetition of cases of death every time now. We hear cases of bullying. A child has died. A child is hospitalized and nothing.
Nothing has been done.
This case just dies down and we don't hear any other thing. And parents, you people still go about your days like nothing has happened. And we still see that these children are being flooded into boarding houses. What are you people running away from? I don't know I don't know what parents are running away from. If you can take in that child, if you can harbor that child in your stomach, in your womb for 9 months, if you can birth a child, and then you groom this child to 11, 13 years, then there's no need of training that child anyway. I don't see what the child wants to learn outside that the child cannot learn in your own house. I think that's my take on this. So, Grace, what is your...
But what is the parents of those of the guy? What are they saying?
They've never reached out to the parents. This is just like, first of all, these children have access to their phones. So a student videoed this process and posted
They're always the ones to video.
So they're the ones that videoed it. So my question now is, what are the regulatory measures of opening a school in Nigeria Because right now it's like
regulatory. Sorry to interject. Is this regulatory methods of opening a school, or this is regulatory method of shutting down schools that cannot ensure that the children you keep in their schools are safe and sound? Why would I bring a healthy child to your school and come back and take back something I don't understand?
Or why would I take my child to school and pick up my child's dead body?
I don't even think no one can even touch my daughter or my son because there will be fire.
For me,
It's not even funny at this point.
for me, one thing I would say is that basically, boarding school, most kids that are there, it shows sign of irresponsibility of most parents not really want to take it.
Thank you. You said it. You said it.
And then some parents have some advantages where they are working in the diaspora. But even at that, you get my manner.
Gone are those days. I actually am from a boarding school. I grew up in a boarding house, but I can categorically tell you, there's nothing. What you people are sending to school, what the child comes back, just few of us that have the fear of God and discipline. Self-discipline.
The fear of your mother's voice. Exactly.
Self-discipline, not even home discipline. Because when you go to these schools, you are forgetting from that doorstep, you are leaving everything that has been taught to you.
At home.
You will go and start,
mingle with different mentalities.
Because pupils from different homes, different backgrounds, and you begin to incorporate their own lifestyle, their own teachings into your life.
Unconsciously as well.
Talk the way they talk, act the way they act, and all of those things.
You will come home and your parents will start flogging you. Where did you learn this from? I didn't teach you this. You are a disgrace. No.
Come on.
You are not a disgrace.
Okay, we are in Nigeria to the homosexuality. Where did this start from?
My brother. Say that. My brother. You send a child to school and the child comes back completely different
with
from what you have said.
Some parents think that if their child is at home, they will not as in bright as.
No. That's the best. Let me tell you something.
You are able to monitor this child.
When my kids come back from school, you must bring your
Of course. They will even be eager to show you, Mommy, see what we've learned.
I honestly think that the aim of boarding house has been defeated.
Completely.
100%. It has been defeated 100%. And I am going to say this and say it again. Ministry of Education, I don't know what you are doing.
No, for me, I will say something. Every time I always say the right thing that I need to say, not even afraid of anything. Say the boarding school, this seminary thing. The boarding school came in like seminary. This is the same way the Portuguese came in to invade us. This is the same thing. They came in with this same seminary to bring in this man and woman.
Malachi won't be 17 and Oyinbo Kosam.
Yes, so and I tell you that this is the truth. We are not seeing the clear picture. We are just living in the shadow.
But Malachi, let me bring you back to the topic on the table now. Especially these recurring cases of bullying and bullying. What do you think should be done, especially to these schools, especially by the government? Because you and I cannot do anything aside from creating awareness through this platform.
Okay. Like back those days, we have the paramilitaries. We have Boy Scout, even in secondary school, primary schools. We have man of wars, even in secondary school or primary school. Still invoked it today. It's signed by the government of Nigeria. So
but
why don't we
implemented?
It has been implemented, just that we just kill them with courtesy. That's the problem. In secondary school now, primary school, children are practicing a lot of things.
Some children are even sent
let me
to
tell you,
at age 10, age 9, when they are not even matured enough.
So if you find out those guys who tied or who chained that boy, you find out they are court group.
It may not necessarily be a court group.
No, when you mean court group, when you call a court group, it's just a certain group of people who have accord
they just
themselves
create a gang within themselves.
Now, so we want to do them. Anybody will not do like us.
We have to be feared. We have to be respected.
Yes.
So it comes with that little power of seniority. I'm an SS3 student.
Who
SS3? To use it against juniors.
So
Honestly,
the government really need to see how they can manage everything.
See how they can manage and be shut down boarding schools. What are you saying? Managing.
Hey,
Now
see,
students will
as I
die.
said, the boarding school, there are other schools. No, not the bad boarding schools. No.
Children will be mentally drained and mentally reoriented. Because honestly, if a child sitting at home sees it, they don't want to go to boarding school again.
Even you, a parent, you see
Me as a parent, I don't have
First of all,
I don't have children, but I don't think I want my children to go into boarding school.
Complaining about a child going to boarding school and get something bad there, learn something bad and all of that. Is the child really coming from an unhealthy home?
That's another thing.
Malachi, some children are being brought up properly.
Some
like I
children are being brought
said,
up
some
well.
go and learn things that, they go and pick things that would never have.
Because man, you not spoil your picture, that's another person. I spoil and I lie. Always take responsibility. For
Malachi.
me, charity begins at home. Let me tell you something with myself. There are things I can never do. Not that I don't have opportunity to do it, but because the way I was brought up. I lost my dad when I was 1985. Can you imagine? Then each time I want to do something, I reason, I want to put my mama for trouble.
Yeah.
That consciousness.
Exactly.
Not that I don't have avenue. We've done a lot of things,
Of
but
course.
never.
Which
I would
is
say
why
I will not do this.
which
Anything I want to
is
do
why-
up to today, I will take responsibility.
Like I said
of
earlier,
that
Malachi,
thing that
I
I've
said
done.
aside from background teachings, home trainings and all of that, self-discipline also plays a major role in most of these things, because some of them drop everything. You will see,
They drop
cases of children that are brought up from strict Christian backgrounds. We've seen videos where a lady left her house with very long gown, with her hair all tied up. And then the moment she stepped into the car, she changed to a very mini skirt.
Yes.
That video went viral. She changed to a very mini
Foundation.
skirt and everything.
Foundation. No, listen what I'm saying. Foundation. Okay, let me tell you, you want to be a good parent? You want to be a good parent and you are locking your daughter inside the house? Now get man, I go the wrong things with her.
Exactly.
What are we not saying?
But
you want to
see-
be a good parent, you are caging your kids. You're not giving them that freedom.
Well,
and now let me tell you one thing. Just 1 second. The moment they come out of that house, they lose.
They want to explore.
Yeah, they want to explore. They want to test what they have
Maybe
done.
no bad
At
and
the
good
end
from
of the
home.
day, we should strike at least, most times I usually say strike a balance in between.
Aisha, in
Don't
striking
be
a balance,
too-
in striking a balance, I'm still going to say this. Me, I'm a fighter. I will teach my children. From 3, you're going for karate classes. Nobody will try nonsense.
Nah, that karat, they go use brain, collect that karat from your head.
Which
Or taekwondo.
Just one word. See, the Bible says evil communication corrupts good manners. First of all, just teach your children how to surround themselves with people. And secondly,
Filter
equip your children. Like my
filter.
first son, I plays keyboard. My second son plays drum.
Wow.
They do a lot of things. They play flute. They do this. Like in the last holiday, they went for computer training. Occupy their minds. So even if you give your pikin data, like my son now, I can send both of them data. I'm not afraid of anything. If you want spoil, spoil. But I did tell them, this is bad. This is good. Which one do you
So
It
you
all
think
boils
most
down to
parents
what
don't
Aisha is
tell?
saying.
It's still the same thing.
No,
Aisha is saying.
see,
It's the
how
same
do you go
thing.
with it? Like now my kids are going anywhere. I'm not monitoring them.
Malachi,
You
you
will
will
feel
feel
it.
you're
Let me
doing
tell you.
your best as a
Exactly.
parent, and this child will still go out there. Look, this happened like in that Dowen case with Sylvester. Now, the moment they came out and said there was a public cry of the boy being poisoned and all of
Exactly.
that, what happened to these boys? We started hearing cases of some of them being flown out by their parents. Till today, we don't have most of their names released.
Sylvester's case has been dismissed. There's no justice for that boy. So how many more cases are we
Because
going to
they are
let go
children
like that?
of so-called elites. So they went quiet. And we're here still talking about, I'm the type of mother that would bring out that child immediately and hand over.
Nala.
Are you sure?
You know,
I will bring out that child and hand over.
9 months for Bella.
Malachi,
No.
I'm the type of mother that will bring out that child and hand over to the authorities.
Mr.
When you
Malachi.
finish and you come back home,
Let me
in
give
your
you-
lifetime.
Sorry, you don't carry Bella once.
You say what? Malachi, that's none of your business. I am telling you, any child that decides to
No,
go
my mouth.
astray,
Malachi.
you will face. No.
let me
Just
Yes,
after inconveniences of
No.
being pregnant for 5 months, 6 months,
no,
9 months.
Let me give you a
No,
let me
I
give you a
totally
personal
disagree.
example. No, let me give you a
I
personal example.
disagree. I did not. Hold on. I did not put that baby in there. I did not. I'm not.
But I thought you do it, Eta.
He enter.
You don't know.
He enter by the grace of God. A lot of women are doing every day and he did not enter. Now let me tell you something. This is where leadership and culture starts from.
Exactly.
You cannot say because you carried a child for 9 months, you will
pamper
watch
the
that
child
go astray. You are only grooming that child for worse things in future. That small one way you do that you did not allow that child to be apprehended for immediately will now begin to generate to greater criminal things. And by the time this child becomes worse, it is already totally beyond you.
No,
you cannot do anything
that
about
I will not
it.
agree. Let me tell you something. I don't always use people to make example. I always use myself. There was a time I was like outcast to my family. Some people say this one not going to make it. My mother would say, no. This is my child. I know him. He's going to change.
It's going to change. It's going to change.
Let me tell you something. It was like that, but because of the love.
So, let me ask you,
because of the love.
She continued allowing
because
you
of the love.
to do the things.
Not she was allowing me doing what I was doing. It's not like I was doing that bad. It just be like if you're picking near me, go spoil. You see? So when me say go spoil, let me say, I do my own. No, I don't damage. When I say go spoil. When I mean go spoil, it means those things where you don't know before. Where be mumu.
You go know.
No.
It means
let me give you an example of myself.
Aisha, you want to be parents, you know they try. For person to spoil your pikin for outside, you know they try.
Malachi, give me a minute. Do you usually, if your child does something wrong in the house, do you punish your child? Do you caution? Or you do? Why do you punish your child?
Because for the child to be conscious of wrongdoing.
Malachi, I'm not saying the same thing. You're contradicting yourself.
By yourself,
no,
just yourself in the food.
No. What I'm saying,
a child should be allowed to face judgment, whichever way it's coming from.
My point,
for his or her wrongdoing.
My point I was making is
Malachi, we will continue this conversation, but off camera. And this is where we come to an end on this episode. Thank you for staying with us on Trends with LJE. Remember to follow us on all social media platforms at LJE Nigeria. Till we come your way again next time, goodbye.